that tightening in your throat when you sing, the strain you feel when pushing for a perfect take is not a failure of mindset. It's not a lack of discipline. What you're experiencing is a somatic block, a physical expression of stuck life energy, or chi. This is the hidden architecture of vocal perfectionism, and this blockage isn't one big wall. It's made of 5 distinct emotional patterns, each tied to one of the 5 elements in ancient philosophy. Today, we move beyond just talking about it. We'll use a simple, accessible practice, Jin Shin Jyutsu, to actually release these blocks with our hands. We will release the tension where it starts, so that your voice can finally express itself with the authenticity that perfectionism has been holding back. The architecture of stuck chi, 5 emotional patterns. When we look at the crossover between Eastern philosophy and Western vocal training, we see something important. The quality of your sound is deeply connected to how your life energy flows through your body. When that energy gets stuck around certain experiences, it creates what we think of as vocal limits. The 5 elements give us a clear map of these blockages. Let's walk through them. First, the earth element. This is linked to the thumb in Jin Shin Jyutsu. The thumb governs our sense of safety and how we digest, not just food, but also thoughts and experiences. When this energy is blocked by worry or limiting beliefs, it creates instability. In your voice, that can sound like flat or unsupported tone, as if the ground under your sound has given way. Next, the water element. This connects to the index finger and the kidney meridian. Water element is the home of our deepest fears. And most importantly, the kidney meridian runs right through the throat. When fear blocks the flow here, you feel a real physical tightness, like you can't open up fully or trust the sound to come out. This is why you might hold your breath before a high note. It's the physical reaction to an emotional state. Then, the wood element. This ties to the middle finger. It's the energy of growth and assertion. When frustration, anger, or exhaustion from trying too hard blocks this energy, the voice loses its natural bounce. It becomes forced, strained. It sounds like the voice is pushing against itself instead of flowing from a place of real vitality. Now, the air or metal element. This is represented on the ring finger. It deals with the clarity and how we process loss. Sadness from unmet expectations or past disappointments can create a block here. The result is a voice that feels held back, guarded, emotionally distant. The sound may be technically okay, but it doesn't have the deep, resonant quality that comes from full emotional release. And finally, the fire element. This is represented on the little finger. It's the energy of real expression and joy. Perfectionism often shows up here as trying to energy and pretense, pushing to create an effect instead of letting expression happen naturally. This block adds sharpness to the pitch. The sound feels like it's striving, not arriving. You can hear the effort behind the performance, not the heart of the song. There's a key idea in this work: the difference between cause and effect. The left hand is traditionally seen as the receiver. It holds the root cause of the imbalance, the emotional pattern like worry or fear. The right hand is the projector. It shows the effect, the vocal symptom like constriction or strain. When you apply pressure to the fingers, you're not just touching your hand. You're starting a process of energetic harmonization. You're inviting stuck chi to move again, to dissolve the physical tension that perfectionism has built up. The Jin Shin voice protocol, harmonizing the elements. What's great about the Jin Shin voice protocol is how simple it is. You don't have to be in a meditative state. You don't need special tools or a lot of time. This is about weaving healing into your daily life and into your vocal practice. Here's how it works. The method is straightforward. Gently hold each finger of one hand with your other hand, making a complete circuit. To hold a finger, and I'm just going to use the thumb, just wrap the opposite hand around it, gently but firmly. For the thumb, you can make a ring with your thumb and index finger on the same hand, then curl your other fingers around the thumb. The pressure should be firm enough that you might feel a soft pulse, but never painful. Think of it as holding a space, not forcing a change. Let's begin with the earth element, represented on the thumb. Hold your left thumb with your right hand. Alternatively, wrap the fingers of the same hand around the thumb. Bring your awareness to worry and the limiting beliefs that make you feel unsafe in your expression. You don't need to analyze these thoughts or replay them. Just acknowledge that they're there as energy patterns. Hold for a few minutes, breathing normally. Notice any small shifts. Maybe your breath gets a little deeper or your shoulders relax a bit. Next, the water element, the index finger. Hold your left index finger or make a ring with the thumb and the index finger. Connect to the energy of fear that influences the kidney meridian and through it, the freedom of your throat. Again, hold like so or like so with gentle pressure. Let your body's own wisdom start to balance this flow. Move through each element like this. For wood, hold the left middle finger. Acknowledge the frustration and exhaustion that lead to a forced vocal quality. For air or metal, hold the left ring finger. Connect to sadness from expectations that causes a held back delivery. For fire, hold the left little finger. Focus on trying to energy and pretense that create sharpness and tension. You might feel a pulse of warmth, a sense of release in the finger that you're holding. That's a sign that energy is starting to move. You don't have to hold all the fingers in one session. You don't need a quiet room. You can do this while listening to music, on a break, or most powerfully, while you are singing. This practice is made to work with you in real time, harmonizing the energetic structure of perfectionism, even as you do the very thing it tries to control. The two-pass vocal experiment, acclimation and expression. Now let's move from theory into direct experience with a simple but revealing vocal experiment. The protocol is to sing the same song twice. This isn't about creating a perfect performance or recording for anyone else. Think of it as personal investigation into your body's own response. For the first pass, your only job is to sing without judging the quality of your voice. Let your body get used to the new energy flow that the finger holds have started. As you sing, you might choose to keep holding one of the fingers that you felt was the most significant to you. If throat constriction is your main challenge, that might be the index finger. If you struggle with that trying to energy, it could be the little finger. During this first time through, pay close attention to the physical sensations that you experience. Notice the depth of your breath, feel the support from your diaphragm, check in with the freedom or tightness in your jaw and tongue. This first pass is essentially a warm-up, but for your energy body. It's a period of recalibration. The second pass is where you'll likely feel the real shift. Right after you finish the first rendition, take one calm, easy breath and start the song again from the beginning. This time, your focus changes from simple acclimation to genuine expression. Your intention is to notice the difference. You are not trying to create a better performance through force. You are simply observing what a more harmonious energy flow allows to happen naturally. Singers often report very tangible changes. You might notice a clear increase in your breath capacity. The vocal strain you felt before might soften noticeably. The tone could become richer and more resonant without any extra effort. You might find a new, authentic emotional connection to the lyrics that felt distant or forced during the first pass. Pitch can often stabilize without you consciously working on it, and that powerful desire to control every single nuance of sound often diminishes, replaced by a feeling of allowing the sound to move through you. This simple comparison, singing the same song twice, makes the abstract idea of stuck chi feel undeniably real. The only thing that changed between the two performances was that subtle, energetic intervention. The convergence of principle and practice. This experiment brings everything together into one clear insight. Vocal perfectionism is not a mental flaw you need to argue with. It is a physical block that you can release. The liberation of your authentic voice is found not in applying more mental effort, but in the somatic surrender that lets your body's own intelligence harmonize its energy. The philosophical takeaway is universal. True expression in any art requires the free flow of life energy, without the constriction of fear or forced effort. The Jin Shin voice protocol gives you a direct, tangible path to that flow. I invite you to try this two-pass experiment for yourself. Experience firsthand how harmonizing the architecture of your perfectionism in your hands can transform the sound that comes through your throat. The vocal freedom you're looking for is not a distant goal. It's a potential that's already there, waiting to be unblocked.